the CAM program allows parents in the US or now legal guardians who live in the US with certain immigration status to apply for their children under 21 and unmarried and other family members through the US Refugee Admissions Program or USRAP by filing an affidavit of relationship, which is for the CAM program is Form DS7699. This form has no fee and can only be filed with a resettlement agency. Legal guardians is the new eligibility. Only before the CAM program only allowed parents, that would be step parents, biological parents, adoptive parents of a minor in Central America, in El Salvador, Honduras, or Guatemala. And once the parent meets with the resettlement agency, the resettlement agency, vets the information and sends the application to the government. Then the government is going to vet that as well. And the process will start once the government accepts that application and provides a case number. So all the processing happens in country. So wherever the family members are in El Salvador, Honduras, or Guatemala, that's where they're going to go to all their interviews, all their appointments. So after a number of appointments, this includes a DNA test for those petitioning parents who are claiming a biological relationship with the qualifying children, or there's also DNA testing. It's only DNA between parent-child relationships, but that happens with the petitioning parent, but can also happen with other categories of family members who are eligible to be included in the CAM-AOR. So after all the process, immigration decides whether a case is approved for refugee resettlement, or if they don't qualify for refugee resettlement, they receive a consideration to receive parole. So when someone receives a refugee approval, they're approved for refugee resettlement, they have a legal path to obtain a green card a year after they arrive to the US and potentially are eligible for citizenship. They are also eligible for refugee benefits. Their medical exam costs and the travel costs are paid for IOM. The travel costs, it's a loan that they will have to start paying after 6 months of arrival. And they will have a caseworker. So the case will be assigned to a refugee resettlement agency, and they will have a caseworker who's gonna guide them through, the initial or everything that they need from enrollment in school or accessing medical services, mental health services, anything that they may need. That person is gonna be guiding them through all this process. And on the contrary, in many instances, the parole status does not give the beneficiary any pathway to a legal or a more permanent status in the US. They are eligible to obtain a social security number and employment authorization, but they're not eligible for any type of refugee benefits. They, depending on the area, they could receive certain benefits like Medicaid or something else, but it varies state to state. Parolees also have to pay for their own medical exams and travel costs, and they have to pay for that at once, so they don't get like the monthly payment option like refugees do after arrival. And they have to pay for all of this before they can travel.